Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Really cool video I got for you all today. By now, you know, or unless you're living on a rock, that Trials is coming back to D2. Trials of Osiris, not that other stuff that we had. So this is really, really exciting news, and I decided to bring some of my old Trials clutches back from D1, throw them in the video and speak on it, and talk about what I think are the 5 most important things that you should know about Trials coming back. Now, let's get into the first thing, which is the fact that Trials is coming back and the day that it's coming back. It will be back in a few weeks on March 13th, which is a Friday the 13th. I think that's super cool. Maybe I'm just a nerd or lame or something, but Trials of Osiris is going to return to us on Friday the 13th of March. Very, very exciting. Feels like it's right around the corner. The next thing, or the second thing that I think is one of the most important to talk about is in the video where they released the information that Charles is coming back, they showed 3D1 maps. These maps, in my opinion, are phenomenal for Trials specifically. They're good maps overall, but for Trials, in my opinion, they were great. The first one is the one that you see on the screen here, Exodus Blue. Absolutely love this map. The next one that they're bringing back is Cauldron, which was an extremely fun map. And I thought it had some good sniper lanes, some great shotgun lanes. Definitely the fighting in the middle was always super sweaty. So really, really excited to get that map back as well. And then the last map is the one that I'm the most excited for, which is Anomaly. And I mean, I'm so stoked to get that map back. I know some people hate it, some people love it, but that's with any map. But I love Anomaly, guys. So I'm super, super excited. And the reason I think this is one of the top 5 most important things to talk about is because I'm honestly, personally, this is my opinion, not a fan of any of the D2 maps besides, I think, like Dead Cliffs and Javelin. If those are the only two that I would, like to play Trials on. The rest, I know. I would much rather play them on Anomaly, Cauldron, Exodus Blue, Shores of Time, the D1 maps. Hopefully we can get some more of the old D1 maps back as well. And I know that people don't like reskins and recycled content, but let's face it, the D1 maps, in my opinion, were much, much, much better than D2, and I think that's why I enjoyed D1 more than I enjoyed D2, or that's one of the reasons. So hopefully them bringing those maps back and putting them in the Trials rotation will make Trials extremely fun. Now, speaking of recycled content, that brings me to my third most important thing to talk about, which is the Trials gear and weapons. Now, the weapons, I'm not sure, much about that. They didn't give much information on those, but you could kind of see what they look like. But what they did do, and what we know for sure, is we are getting the old D1 Trials armor back. I've seen multiple opinions about this. Now, the gear is some of the best looking gear they've ever put out. It's probably some of the sexiest gear in Destiny history and in Destiny 1 for sure, right? But I personally was hoping for some brand new crazy looking gear with the same type of theme. With that being said, I have no issue with the Trials gear coming back in because it looks so good. But I did wish, or did want for some brand new gear, because one thing that Bungie does is they make some cool looking shit. Like nobody can take that from 'em. You don't like the sandbox, you don't like this, you don't like that. Doesn't matter. They can make some cool weapons and some cool gear. So I was kind of disappointed that they didn't use their creativity to give us the gear. So some people are saying, "Hey man, we got recycled maps, we got recycled gear, we got recycled guns." So we'll see. And the game mode's recycled. So, but hopefully we get this back and everyone's happy again. But yeah, I think that's really important because people play Trials for the gear. That's what you play it for fun, but you also played it in D1 to get the full set. And I'm sure D2 will be the same. Now I want to put the gear on the screen in case some of you guys didn't play D1 Trials or you've never seen this gear. This is the D1 Trials gear. The effect that they added to it, though, the glow that you see, apparently is what's going to happen if you go flawless just that week. I wish it would stay permanently, but I guess it lights up once you get flawless that week, which It gives you, I guess, a reason to go back in and week out. The fourth thing on my list of five that I want to talk about is power level. In D1, Trials was power level enabled, just like Iron Banner is in D2 right now. So when you go in, your power level matters or your light level, it matters.
She do that wave at me when the arms go
What's
just
going on right
so
now
much
with
venom
this
flash.
is I'm totally fine with that being enabled, but they have artifacts in this game. And they're not like D1 artifacts where they just gave you a perk like Scories or something like that. The artifacts in this game actually add on to your light level or power level and make you that much stronger than the next person. I was playing Iron Banner and I'm about a 982 light, I think, on my highest character. And I was coming across guys who were 1005 light. That's just ridiculous. And the way to grind your artifact is to just do bounties all day, just play the hell out of the game. And not everybody's gonna have that kind of time. So I'm cool with it being enabled without the artifact because then you just have to raid and do your pinnacle weeklies and stuff like that. I think that's fair to ask of the community. But when you put us up against people who will play this game for 12 hours a
Go super
day,
super
14
super.
hours a day to purposely get
Yo,
a
no
thousand something
smacky
like the
bro.
pub stomping trials, I think that could definitely deter players away and ruin the experience. So I was watching the video and there was a guy that was like 1026 light or something like that. There was also a part where a Dawnblade hit a guy dead on with his super, and the guy didn't die, and he had a red sign, a red sword over his head, meaning he was a much higher light. So I think it's guaranteed that power level will be enabled, but let's just pray it does not involve the artifact and it just goes based off of your gear. That way, people don't have to compete with guys that are 20, 30 light higher just simply because they play the game all day, every day. I don't think that's fair to the playlist as a whole. Now, for sure, what I think probably is the most important thing in the entire video I saved for last, or about trials, is matchmaking. That is for sure something that can make or break trials completely. And I gotta say, I'm somewhat satisfied with, mostly satisfied with what Luke Smith tweeted. I'm gonna put his tweet on the screen now. I'm gonna read it to you guys. It says Trials uses connection based and card state matchmaking. When you're on the cusp of visiting the new lighthouse, the one you all built with the tons of fractaline and effort, we want you to be facing someone in a similar spot. Now, in D1, I'm pretty sure that's how it was as well. I don't know about the connection based matchmaking, but I do know it was card based. If you were on your last two games, you always met someone on their last two games, and those games were sweaty as hell. That's all fine and cool, but sometimes those games were extremely laggy. So what I'm praying for is that they prioritize connection over where the card is. Like if you're in your first win, second win, third win, they try to put you on someone in their first, second, or third. And I pray that it's like 90% connection based and 10% card based because it's nothing worse than getting to the lighthouse game and them just giving you straight, you know, card based matchmaking and you match some guys in the UK or some UK guys match some people in America and the lag is insane. You know, I think the experience should come first. And skill based matchmaking kills games. It just adds lag and adds sweat that I think is unnecessary. So hopefully it's connection based,
Back here, bro.
prioritize the player experience not being a lag fest
Oh shit.
over trying to make it,
Yeah,
oh, y'all both from the lighthouse game, no matter where you guys live. We want it to be a sweat off to see who makes it.
yo, Brendan
You know,
got
like I
one.
said, that's all cool, but if lag is involved, then it, to me, it defeats the purpose. But yeah, those are the five most important things that I thought or that I picked up from the video that I wanted to share with you guys. There's so much more information in there. There's some hidden gems in the video. I think a guy had like a flawless title, so there will be a title to chase in PvP again. Thank God there was only the unbroken title. And I'm excited about that as well. But you know, I touched on the five things that I think are the most important. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This was, you know, I stayed up really late to make this for you guys because they announced trials 11 p.m. my time. So hope you guys enjoyed the old D1 plays. They're nostalgic for me. I love you guys so much. Drop a like, a comment, whatever. Show some love. I'd appreciate it, and I'll catch you all next time.
Last one out.
I want to watch that.
Overtime.
Fuck out of here.
Capture the zone to end this quick.
Taking turns.
Fuck, dude. Just
Just
got
speed
me.
it up.
They got me. Absolutely.
I'm on the other
got me.
fucking
Absolutely.
side, bro.
Absolutely. There's two on me. Two on me.
Standing.
Two on me. They're all down that ramp. You know that ramp?
Fucking sticky. He's getting that re.
God dang, bro.
There's right around the corner. There's a guy coming to your right.
Shoulder, he's coming to shoulder charge you.
Yeah.
Nice.
One guy's
On your
coming
left,
to
on your left, on your left, on your
two guys
left.
coming in mid.
Shotgun, shotgun, shotgun. Hunter's chilling. He's gonna get a res. He's getting a res.
The guy behind you.
The fuck off me, man.
Clutch
There we
got
go.
a.
There we go.